Today my group will be presenting to you about the New York Yankees. Just to give you a brief overview, we're going to start with the history of the Yankees, where they originated. We'll go over early history, their rise to fame, and we'll end with modern day. I am Christina, and I'll be presenting today with my group mate Coby, and Saajan and Shelby edited our presentation. The New York Yankees originated in Baltimore in 1901, and they were originally known as the Baltimore Orioles. The team moved to New York at around 1903, and when they moved to New York, they changed their name to the New York Highlanders because their ballpark was located at the highest point in Manhattan. In 1913, the team changed their name to the New York Yankees, and in 1921, they won their first World Series. The Yankees' success caused a big rivalry between them and themselves and the Giants, and due to this rivalry, the Giants relocated to San Francisco. The Yankees got their rise to fame early on with big star players such as Babe Ruth, Joe DiMaggio, and Mickey Mantle. And the Yankees have multiple eras of teams that are considered to be among the very best in baseball. And from the years of 1923 to 1962, the Yankees actually won 20 World Series, and out of those 20 World Series, there were only 3 different coaches. I'm going to hand it over to Coby for modern day.
So, in modern day, the Yankees franchise was bought by George Steinbrenner for $10 million in 1973, and he still remains a primary shareholder. The Yankees have won 7 World Series from 1970 until now. So, governance, all Major League Baseball teams are governed by the MLB, or the Major League Baseball. Major League Baseball Constitution gives the MLB the right to govern. The commissioner heads the MLB, and the MLB helps teams market, selling, television rights, and organization and officiating. So, for the minor league team, one of the current issues of the New York Yankees is the drafting. So, as far as the minor league team, they're wanting to get like a better recruiting status for them in order to bring better players. The only deal with this is being a minor league team, it's hard to go right up into the MLB with the knowing of that most major league players that are already in the organization now are there to stay unless they're being traded. So one good way to help with recruiting is to provide better incentives and help convince the players that, hey, you have a shot of possibly joining the New York Yankees pro team. So an example of a player that has stuck around for a while and probably is more than likely going to retire is Derek Jeter. So current issue number 2, another big issue was the Yankees roster. One major concern was the age, which, as most people know, they have a lot of elderly players out there compared to most other teams. And excuse me. And another one is the injury status. As if you haven't been keeping up with the Yankees, or if you're not a fan, they have now, for the infielders, Robinson Cano is, unless the deal is met, he could be leaving into the free agency. And Mark Teixeira, wrist injury, he's going to be kind of iffy. I mean, they're saying he's going to play, but who knows? Derek Jeter just come off a major ankle sprain from last year, and so, he's not guaranteed. A-Rod, he's not on the injury list. However, he is in accusations of taking performance-enhancing drugs. So, next, we get to the financial and legal concern. Team value is at $1.7 billion. Player expenses, $236 million. Operating expenses, $25.7 million. Yearly revenue, $427 million. Cost to build new stadium is $1.1 billion, which they now use the old stadium as like a tourist attraction, which is still up, which also brings in revenue. Sponsorships they have with PepsiCo, Canon, Delta Airlines, MasterCard, Bank of America, Warner Brothers Mason. So the financial and legal concern as regarding to A-Rod's lawsuit, he, like I had mentioned earlier, he was suspended for performance-enhancing drugs. Right now, he is still in trial, holding off the accusations, and hoping that he can still be able to play during the upcoming season and limit some of the suspended games. And so now we will talk about their final issue of was a current issue, just recently settled a few weeks ago. Joe Girardi and the Yankees have finally made a contract agreement with a 4-year deal worth $16 million. Joe Girardi is highly sought after, and he's one of the greatest managers. He has won a World Series title with the Yankees in 2009, and prior to this new contract, he has been there for 6 years, and he and 4 or 3 other managers have now been able to, together, combined, have won 22 of the 27 World Series titles. And if the contract was not agreed upon, then Chicago Cubs and the Washington Nationals were rumored to have the first go at, making a substantial offer.
There are several different career opportunities that are available with the New York Yankees. They can range from a human resources intern all the way to a statistical analyst. The New York Yankees, since it's one of the oldest and most storied franchises, is a very desirable place to work. And the possibilities for careers with the New York Yankees are almost limitless and extremely diverse. Like I said, there are many intern possibilities where you can get your foot in the door. You can get an intern job sometimes between your junior and senior year of college if you're fortunate enough, or even fresh out of college. And there are other career opportunities that can range from promotional sales, web developers, advertising, and currently the current manager, Girardi, he got his start in the business as a player, and that's how a lot of managers get their start in the business and work their way up. Qualifications for employment, it's really based off of your job experience and the prior work experience that you have to get your foot in the door for employment. I know in our book it had mentioned that business degree or law degrees are very desirable, especially having prior knowledge and experience in the sports field is extremely desirable in order to get a good job in the sports field, but it's not absolutely necessary. But again, it is extremely helpful. And lots of sports managers have gotten their start by being a player in the league initially. To go over some quick relevant statistics, the New York Yankees are rated 15th in most games played. They have 9,974 victories. They are number 1 in win and loss percentage with a .568. They have the most pennants in the league history, and they have 40 American League East pennants. They have 51 playoff appearances, 27 World Series championships, and 43 Hall of Fame athletes.
And so that brings us to a closure to our presentation over the New York Yankees. So for future reference and the future of the league, they are hoping to bring in younger athletes in order to only add to their pennant collection and to add to their titles. And so that is our presentation. Go Yankees.